The perception of the European Union in Washington, D.C. today is as good as it's ever been, I would say. The perception of an alliance between the U.S. and the EU is very strong in Washington, D.C. policy circles.
First of all, transatlantic relations are a fundamental pillar. It's a mutual beneficial relations, and this is the fundamental pillar of EU foreign policy. Regardless, the EU must act in its own capacity, and actually it is in the very own interest of the EU to start growing and becoming more strategic and less reactive in its foreign policy. And the EU growing into the EU foreign and security policy is in its very own interest.
In terms of what the U.S. expects from Europe, I think as far as the current situation is concerned, the U.S. would hope that Europe continues to provide the level of consultation and support that it has been on important matters. The partnership has worked extremely well from the standpoint of Washington, and there's every hope that that will continue. I think there's a general hope that wherever possible, the EU sends a clear and consistent message to the U.S. on what it wants or what it's capable of doing. It's happening much more frequently in these days than it has in the past, and for that, the U.S. is grateful.
So, 3 parts. The first one is that the reflection is just about to start. It's ahead, and it's going to be done in consultative way so that all the member states buying into the change. The second is that this is a great opportunity for the EU to transform itself and the way it implements its security and also the foreign policy. And the third is the narrative. Why the EU want to do that? What is the narrative behind? What drives the EU? What motivates it? And this discussion should also leave the situation room and enter into the main discussion of European citizens broadly.